And what's going on, you guys? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday, and I am doing the exact same. What's going on, you guys? As you guys can see, I'm still in the ATL. I'm going to be here till Sunday night, okay? And I'm just telling y'all, I'm really having a really good time. This is probably my most enjoyable birthday I have ever had in quite some time now. Like, who would have known that my 35th would have been the best? Last night I hung out with it was me, Jamar, Nikki, Carl, and Tramiel. We went to Bando's, the bar that Bando worked at, and we had us a great time. Bando fed me cake and shit and just tried to smush the shit in my face. It was just hilarious. And I ran into somebody at the club that we went to later on. His name is Tonio. He's from the show The Crew Dallas, and I met him in person for the very first time. He showed me so much love, and I really appreciate it. And a lot of guys that was at that club, they all showed me a lot of love. Some of them already follow me on here and all that type of stuff. So it's always great when you meet people who actually know of your work and really watch you and really support your platform and stuff like that. And I'm going to support theirs as well. So shout out to them. Shout out to Jamar, Carl, Tramiel, and Nikki for showing me a good time. And also shout out to Bando who made all of that shit be possible, honey. But today I know Carl is doing a video today, so we're probably going to be supporting him later on today and all that. But but JoJo's here, and I can't wait to see him later as well. But anyway, before we get into anything, you guys know the Boss Baby Wars is on the way. We'll be there on April the 28th, and everyone that you see on this screen, make sure you guys support all of us. Okay, me and Bundy are both nominated for YouTuber of the Year, as well as House of Aaron. Me and Jamar are nominated for Podcast of the Year. Aaron is nominated for Boss Baby YouTuber of the Year, as well as Content Creator of the Year. Dario, Executive Producer of the Year. And the Chasing Reality platform is nominated for Independent Platform of the Year, as well as Boss Babe Show of the Year for Chasing Dallas. So make sure you guys support all of us in the meantime, in between time. All right. The link should be available in the description box right underneath my social media handles. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get into what we're here to discuss, y'all. Y'all know y'all here for the mess, so I'm finna go on and give it to y'all. All right. So we're gonna start the thing off with Usher and Chris Brown. Now, Usher has been a hot topic for the people. He has been. We already know about him, doing the halftime show and doing a great job. So right now, and he got a new album out right now. So everybody's talking about Usher. Usher is like one of the biggest topics out here right now. And I'm glad that he's getting his flowers because he definitely deserves them. But while he was on the Breakfast Club, I think he did like this interview with Breakfast Club. I think it was like a phone interview or something like that, because I know he wasn't in the studio. But you know that last year there was an alleged altercation between Usher and once little brother Chris Brown. Well, Charlamagne and them brought it up to him this morning on the Breakfast Club, and this is what Usher had to say about it. Let's take a listen.
Out there.
No, I didn't. I did not reach out to Chris Brown.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anybody else?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else? I want that. There was a rumor that you and Chris had a little kerfuffle. Was that ever real?
It's all good, man. It's actually always gonna be something that you're gonna hear. Always. There ain't no issues between me and that man. We good.
Okay. Is there anyone else you wanted on stage with you, but things didn't work out?
I can't give you all of that, Charlamagne. I wish I could, but I can't give you that exclusive. Okay. If you hear it, by the way, I will confirm it, but I will not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you everybody I reached out to.
Okay.
I reached out to some hitters. I was listening.
Okay.
I was curating what would be one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time, and it actually turned into that because of who I reached out to.
Was Chris Brown ever up for consideration? That was another rumor out there.
No, I didn't. I did not reach out to.
Well, as you can see, Usher said that there is no problems with that man. He never reached out to Chris Brown for the Super Bowl halftime show, even though a lot of people felt like he should have. Because, him and Chris Brown had that record out called New Flame, which is one of my favorite songs, which is a song that really relates to me at this particular moment. Okay. But I really love that song, and I would have loved to see them perform it. But we already know the history at this point between Chris Brown and Usher. I don't think that there's any love lost between them at this particular moment. He said there is no problems with that man. Everybody knows that Usher would always call Chris Brown his little brother all the time, right? That's what he would always refer to him as. But he referred to him as that man. So whenever I hear somebody refer to someone as that man, that means they don't with them like that no more. Okay? They don't with them. Like, no, it ain't no problem with that man. Usher come from a time where there was media training. So you already knew if somebody came to you with a messy ass question, you already knew how to tiptoe around it, move around it, say this, say that, so it won't be that big of a deal and all that other stuff. He knew what to do and knew what to say to get to bypass the situation. He knew what to say. So in my eyes, it's like, no, I don't fuck with the nigga like that, but it ain't really no problem. It ain't really nothing for us to be talking about on the radio. That's the way Scotty by Nature took it. Now, I don't know how y'all may have taken it, but that's the way that Scotty by Nature took it, honey. All right. So that's pretty much all that we got for Mr. Usher Raymond and Chris Brown. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic at hand, which is Miss Diamond, formerly of Crime Mob, but now of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now, this was something very new. I didn't know nothing about this, but apparently Diamond was dating a boxer, and she is now engaged to this boxer. So let's go ahead and look at this right here, honey, because I was very shocked and surprised and not really appalled, but I didn't even know she had no other man besides Scrappy. Let's get into it, honey. I got questions. Okay, I just got to be honest with y'all. I got questions. And no, I'm not finna read. I ain't finna drag because it ain't really nothing to read nor drag about. Right? Right. Okay, it's really not. But you was just yapping your gums on the internet about Scrappy and how he was eating your punani and eating your and you was blasting him over the holidays with your text messages, your videos, and outing him about being out there with Erica and all this other stuff, and even kind of going backwards and forwards with Bambi. And my thing about it is you had a boxer that you was fucking with this whole time. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you had a boxer in your pocket all this time, and now you engaged to him. Now, we all got questions about this simply because of the fact that, like I just said, like you was out here frolicking around with Scrappy all over the internet, arguing with Erica Dixon, both of y'all looking like dumbass hoes arguing over this man. But you engaged to a boxer. So how long have you been with him? How long y'all been dating? Had this been an on and off situation? Is this like something for the internet to be buzzing about? Or is that whole little storyline that y'all doing on Love and Hip Hop fake? I mean, if it's fake, at least try to make it real. Because the stuff that y'all filmed for Love and Hip Hop, it was, yeah, a mere few months ago. Like, I ain't gonna say that it was very recent, but it was definitely in the summertime, late summertime, early fall, somewhere up in there. Like, they've been filming Love and Hip Hop, that second part of Love and Hip Hop since the summertime. So I'm trying to see where in the hell were you able to get with this man, this boxing dude, and get a ring? But you was out here, doing the most with Erica Dixon over Scrappy. So when this Love and Hip Hop reunion come out, then what's gonna be the explanation for that? Are you even gonna be at the Love and Hip Hop reunion? And if you are there, are you even gonna tell us how this shit came along with this boxing dude in the first place? And not to mention, you just did an interview with Carlos King, going in on Erica Dixon even then during the interview. Like you was so bothered about him hanging out with her, but you hang out with a boxer. When I tell y'all these women on these shows really be confusing the fuck out of me. But at the end of the day, what do I know? It really ain't none of my business. But it's just like, girl, really? Okay. Anyway, we can move on to the very next topic, honey, and that is Mr. Russell Simmons, y'all. Now, Russell Simmons has been accused of raping and harassing a former Def Jam executive in a new lawsuit where the woman says that he used a wrestling move on her to pin her down. And this is all coming from the neighborhood talk. Okay. So here it goes. It says Russell Simmons might have left the US, but that isn't stopping those allegations from catching up to him. Now, according to court documents, a woman is alleging that he RAPE RAPED'd her when she worked for Def Jam Recordings in the late 1990s. Per the documents, the woman who is going by Jane Doe says that she visited his apartment to go over the editing of a video. She says while there, he did a wrestling move on her, pinned her to the ground, and RAPE'd her. She claims she begged him multiple times to let her go, but says she couldn't break free because of his weight. This isn't the first time he's been accused of SA. His set of accusations came in 2017 with multiple women accused him of RAPing them. Okay. Ironically, the Jane Doe from this current suit says she ran into Simmons at a yoga class in 2023. She says that Simmons called her name and instructed her to sit next to him and said, "What do you think? What do you think? I'm going to try and fuck you." Wow. Mm. All righty then. Not somebody saying leave that black man alone. Kamora did enough. What the people say some of the stupidest ass shit. Okay, but anyways, that was the article in regards to Russell Simmons, and I believe it. I'm inclined to believe most women that come out and say that they've been SA'd. You know what I mean? Like, I get that sometimes people have questions and they have concerns and they have thoughts about certain things. But when it comes down to SA, I just don't like to discount women's stories. I don't like to discount really anyone's stories when it comes down to SA, to be honest. I really don't. So I'm inclined to believe that this may have happened. Like, it's not like we never hear about these kind of stories about these big time industry men with all this money and they all can get all of the access to whatever they want, whether it's cars or money or food or sex. And sometimes men that are that powerful, if they are used or if they're used to or if they're accustomed to getting whatever it is that they want and they see a woman that they like and they feel like they can go because I got this money, I got this name, everybody knows who the fuck I am. Any woman would want to me because I got this money. You should want to me too, right? So if a man sees a woman that he wants to smash and he tries to approach her with that same shit and the woman ain't going for it, she just on business, one could say, well, he got a lot of money, so what point does he have to somebody? Yeah, that's a great observation. But think about it as a tool of power. Sometimes people feel like because they got money, they have the power to do whatever they want to do to whomever they want to do it to. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the way I see it. So when a woman, dismisses their advances a lot of the times, they get upset and they're gonna take it. They're gonna take whatever they want to because they feel like they can. That's the way I look at that. That's why I don't like it when women come out and they tell their stories and they tell us that someone did something to them, and then people be like, well, why would he do that? Why would he do that? You know what I mean? Like, why would he? Like, he got money, he got this, he got that. It really ain't all about the money. It really ain't got a damn thing to do with money all the fucking time. I wish people would stop using it as an excuse for people to be assholes and arrogant bullshitters. Honestly, men with money can do whatever they want to in their mind. So when a woman says, I don't want to fuck you, I don't want to fuck my way to the top, they're going to, yeah, they probably feel, like, bitch, how you going to tell me no? Like, bitch, I'm the reason why you get money. How the fuck you going to tell me no? That's probably the way they be thinking. For real. I honestly believe that's how most of them be thinking. And that's why a lot of these cases be coming out the way that they do. Honestly. That's how I see it. Now, I don't know how y'all gonna feel about it in the comments. I know this gonna be a premiere. I'll be somewhere in the background watching it, trying to see what we finna do later on today. But that's just how I see it, though, y'all. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why anybody would ever feel like it ain't true. And then it's always leave this black man alone. I get so sick of y'all saying it. And the thing is, it's like whenever y'all say y'all always coming for the black man, but y'all always disrespecting the black women that are abused by these black men all the time. And there's gay black men like myself who always take up for these women, but always get ridiculed whenever he finds something that he doesn't like about a black woman, or says something of, or calls them out on something that he feels like they should be called out on. But that's another story. But however, what I don't like is it's people always talking about, well, why did they take so long to say this, or why did they take so long to say that? There's a lot of people who have been SA'd in some kind of way that has never said anything publicly, period. That has never said anything, that has never ever opened their mouths and said nothing. And they have a lot of reasons as to why they never open up their mouth to say anything. So how dare you sit around and try to, dictate when somebody is supposed to speak or when they're not supposed to speak, or how long it's supposed to take? Don't you know that that's a traumatic situation? Not everybody's ready to talk about it when it happens. It's traumatic, it's shameful, and it makes you feel like you ain't shit when you ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They did that to you. You didn't bring that on yourself. I hate that. I hate that. Everybody ain't lying. You know what I mean? Everybody is not lying. So it's just like, no, I believe her. I believe every word that was being said. And Russell Simmons is weird looking anyway. I believe it. And then, it's like, don't he got a whole, wasn't there like a whole documentary about him, doing those things that he's being accused of, or something like that? And then somebody in the comments of the neighborhood talk also said that they asked the question. I don't know how true this is, but someone in the comment section was like, didn't KRS-One or another rapper say that Russell wouldn't sign him unless he gave up the peen, and that Russell put his legs behind his head? Now, that part, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. Someone said, y'all will believe anything, especially from a white woman. Doesn't matter what color she is. If he assaulted someone, he assaulted them no matter what their colors are. Let's not make this a racial thing either. But child, whatever. We can move on to the next story. And the next story is miscellaneous, but I'm talking about it anyway because it's in the blogs. And that is Phaedra Parks and Apollo. Now, apparently, they filmed the Married to Medicine reunion or whatever, and they're saying that Phaedra Parks' ex-husband, Apollo Nida, made an appearance at the reunion. For what? According to People magazine, Phaedra Parks and ex-husband Apollo Nida showed up to Married to Medicine season 10 reunion. Apparently, the cast did not know about Apollo's appearance. He showed up to support Phaedra and to discuss their life post-divorce. Okay. I'm not excited to see that. And my thing is that why did he come anyway? He wasn't even on the show. So why is he even there? But the Phaedra stands, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna sit up here, they're gonna eat this shit up like this is the best thing on TV. And it's just like, girl, we really don't care. Like, he wasn't on the show. So and he ain't got nothing to do with no medicine, just like her ass don't. So what the fuck is he here for? What are they to talk about? Why are we listening to anything that's being talked about with them? She didn't, and then I saw somebody say, ooh, we need to throw this over here to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. No, let her stay over there and fuck up another show. Okay, we don't need her over here with the Housewives of Atlanta. We really don't. Well, now if she comes back to the Housewives of Atlanta, I still watch and review. That's my duty to do so. But I'm not looking forward. And that's just the thing of it is. But I guess I guess that's something. I mean, Phaedra don't never share her life or anything that's going on. So all she ever does is sit in fucking confessionals and ooh child, ooh honey, all the other bullshit she likes to do. So it's a mess to me, but whatever. I guess y'all can be excited about that because I'm not. I don't really give a fuck. Last topic of the day, and that is Mr. Shalon Jackson. He came right on back out to eat Monique up once again. If anybody can't eat Monique up, her damn son can, honey. Now he responded to her exposing his text messages and stuff like that. So we're gonna get into that, and then once we get into that and give our commentary, we're gonna be out. So let's get into it, y'all.
Hi, I'm Shalon. I'm gonna jump right into it. I guess the intelligent thing to do when assuming that your son is having a mental episode is to post personal screenshots of text messages that are 3 years old in an attempt to validate a false narrative as if they are some type of receipt. You also invaded the privacy of my daughter's grandparents by posting your receipts. Neither of you should never speak on mental health again if you thought that that idea was a good one. As a person who lives with mental health issues, let me be the first to educate you that there are individuals who have taken their lives, harmed, and also taken the lives of others for doing the very thing that you so proudly did and your fan base pats you on the back for, which is very telling to how strangers will buy into your toxicity. Picking up the phone to check on your son that you believe is having a mental episode to make sure that he is okay, while also making sure that your granddaughter is safe, is too much to ask, I guess. For those wondering, I have gone to therapy on several different occasions, and that is not something that I will ever be ashamed of. I have even gone to therapy with my mother on several occasions. But for those who know how efficient therapy only works when both people are being open. My mother was still in her 15-year-old mentality phase during that time, so I guess I understand why she did not know how to be open with me during our sessions. When a person becomes accustomed to being a victim and others get used to seeing them as one, they live their lives in a state of internalization, meaning you consistently receive another's approach as an attack, constantly putting you under the illusion that you need to always be on the defense, even in situations where there is no actual attack, just an acknowledgement of things already said by you. One should not feel attacked by an acknowledgement of the words that they stand on. You eventually become a passive aggressor. To address the men that had something to say in regards to men don't do what I'm doing, let me be very clear. How I man is none of your business. What and how I feed my family has no place on your plate. For every person that stated I should not have come to the internet, I would just like to ask, what do Club Shay Shay, the articles about my mother and I's relationship, the interviews about our relationship, and Instagram all have in common? Well, if you are competent, the internet. Furthermore, I did not expose my mother, nor did I badmouth my mother. I simply provided context to what was already being said about me, while also explaining why I don't speak to them directly. The reason those that feel negatively about what I said are just having a hard time differentiating between Nikki Parker and Monique. Please stop with the cornball idea that a celebrity can talk about a family member on the internet for years, but God forbid said family member says any one thing, and you all are outside with tiki torches and pitchforks defending not the actual person, but the idea of a person. These people are in an industry that is efficient at making money off of what is pretend. So in essence, you are defending a character. I love my mother, and it took the birth of my daughter to help me begin to understand the value of a mother. I am very proud of my mother, though, and I'm proud of the things that she has accomplished and will go on to accomplish in the future. My mother's bad, man. I watched that woman go from Baltimore to the moon. That drive is also in my daughter's blood. Not only is she still my mother, she's also a part of history, and I would be doing my daughter a disservice by not telling her about who my mother is and was. But since those messages that you posted were used as some type of a receipt to validate your false narrative, I figured I would take some time to gather up my receipts to validate my decision to move forward with my life without my mother in it. I do want to thank you all for listening for the now final time that I will ever address this topic, and I will leave you with my receipts.
Okay, so there was music playing, and that's why I put all that stuff on on mute. I put it on mute because of the song that was playing. I'm looking at some of these comments and I'm annoyed. Someone called him spoiled and sassy. Go call your mama and stop going live. Why don't you tell his mama to not post private text messages from 3 years ago between her and her fucking son? How about that? Okay. I love how people always jump to the side of the parents as if they're always right about everything. Nick at Night, one of my favorite YouTubers, by the way, she commented and she said, people are hypocritical. You just gotta laugh. Cat Williams and Monique are twice this boy age, ranting and raving about people who wronged them years ago, and they wasn't too old to express how they felt as long as it was taking Hollywood people down. Y'all ate it up. That's facts. But his mama speak on him multiple times, and he too old and sassy to respond each time she responds. LOL, it's not sassy or too old if the person being aired out is disliked. But I guess if you like the person, only they can vent and be a victim. Folks are hilarious. And I agree. I agree. Why does he have to be sassy whenever he speaks up for himself? But Monique and Cat Williams can sit up here, do interviews with Club Shay Shay, and talk about everybody and their mama that's ever did them fucking wrong for years. They talk about the same thing for years and years and years. Monique has been talking about Oprah and Tyler Perry for so damn long. And she gonna keep talking about them till they give her a response and until they give her an apology, something that she's probably never gonna get. So she gonna keep talking about it, and y'all are okay with her constantly talking about that, mainly due to the fact, like Nick said, it has a lot to do with them exposing Hollywood figures, and y'all are fine with that. As long as somebody's spilling tea, y'all are okay with them. And I think that that's stupid as fuck. That y'all used to do this same, like I said on the last video I did. Y'all did the same thing with Jaguar Wright. Y'all was here for her and her fables and fallacies because she was exposing tea on people when she wasn't there for all that bullshit that was going on. How would she know all the shit that she knew? You know what I'm saying? And then every time this woman's son speaks out, he's sassy and he need to shut up and he a clown and he clout chasing and stuff like that. That man ain't said nothing after all this time, and y'all mad because he speak out 3 times out of the millions of times that Monique can speak about every damn thing is that happened in her life that we got to constantly hear about. Y'all got me and life fucked up. He got every right to say what the fuck he want to say, just like Monique does. She's a great speaker. He's a great speaker. I could listen to both of them talk about whatever the fuck they want to. If she can speak her truth, so the fuck can he. If daddy can jump into their business, he can get his ass in his little room, his closet, wherever the fuck he at, and address it and, do whatever he feels is necessary. That's how I see it. So if y'all are going to credit Monique for keeping it real and telling the truth and all that other shit, we'll do the same thing for Shalon when he speaks out on her bullshit. Because Monique is not perfect. Yes, those people wronged her. Oprah wronged her. Tyler Perry wronged her. Lee Daniels wronged her. DL, he probably wronged her ass too. All those people wronged her. But she wronged her fucking son. And everybody is a villain in somebody's a villain in everybody's story. I'm a villain in somebody's story, but I'm also somebody's secret weapon in somebody's story, and I'm an angel in somebody's story. But we're all villains in somebody's stories, and she is a villain. And she's a villain in her son's story. And that's just what it is, okay? And that's all I got for that. So with that being said, you guys, we're about to get up out of here. But before we do, let's talk about some things right now. Make sure you guys go and support Bando. Bando has a single out right now called DUI, and it is now available everywhere for purchase and streaming. He has a video coming out for this song too, coming up soon. And of course, y'all know that I will be promoting it here and on the Chasing platform, on the Chasing panel when that comes back in March. Okay. And that's pretty much all that we have to promote right now. So with that being said, you guys, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys, up out here. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.